Hey everyone, Jason here again with Inkspit Designs, and we're talking about doing a t-shirt design today, specifically this picture that we have here. This was something I received from somebody, a friend of mine actually, Fred Dassler. Shout out to Fred. This is a self-portrait or a drawing of him, and it looks exactly like him. It's awesome, I love it. He plays the bass guitar. But I saw this on Facebook, and then he sent it over to me to see if we can make a shirt out of it. So we're going to show you how we do that with something that you can get any kind of a picture, a portrait or anything that you want to add to a t-shirt. And we're going to be adding it specifically to a white shirt. Now the process you go through to do white garments or a white t-shirt versus a dark, like black or dark gray or any kind of a dark shirt, it's not completely different, but there's a lot of different steps to it. So we're going to be applying this to a white shirt, which means that we don't have to use the vinyl cutter to cut it out. We're just going to print it out on the actual heat transfer paper in a mirrored or reverse order mirror, and you'll see how we do that. And we don't have to actually do anything with the registration marks or anything. Okay, so here's the picture. This is the actual picture that I received, and I wanted to go ahead and cut it out. We didn't want the background or anything like that. So let's see if I can find the layers here that we used. What I did is I traced around it with the pen tool. You can see that's the screen line. Originally, if I turn off the picture art here, originally I thought it'd be cool to have kind of a stroke around it, something like this green or something else that stood out. And I ended up not totally liking it. I thought it was pretty cool, but I didn't end up totally liking it. The other problem I had here, as you can see at the bottom, is missing part of his foot, and the bass guitar kind of just runs at a dead stop there, and that's because the picture does that. So I ended up adding in some background or anything. So what I did is we have another version over here, and I went ahead and just drew in some ground. You see kind of this gravel or ground type stuff here to just cover up that line that we had before. And, I sent it over to him, and he liked it better that way, so we went ahead with that. If you see, I turn off the picture, it's just drawn in ground there. And it traced. Alright, so we're going to go with this. This is what we're going to do. All we need to do is get it the size we want it. And I actually did it pretty big. I did it on an 11 by 17 sheet of heat transfer paper. But all you're going to do is take this design the way you have it, the colors and everything, and select the whole thing once you have it all ready to go. And you're going to go to print, and you're going to go into your print dialog here in Illustrator, and make sure you're working off the right artboard. Okay, as you can see, I have it there. And make sure you're choosing the right printer. That's not the right one. I want this Epson here that we were printing off of. And I need to choose 11 by 17 so that it sizes correctly. You can see it there. It takes up pretty much the whole thing. The way we want it. And now here's the important step that I have forgotten several times you need to remember. Go under output, and under emulsion here, under the output section, it defaults to up, and it says right reading, you want it to down. And you can see as I do that, all it does is mirror it. It reverses it. So there's the standard way something would print, and there's the reverse way. And the reason why that's so important, as you'll see in a second when we go to the next step, is that when we lay down or we print it out, we lay it down on the shirt in that upside down, kind of in that reverse order, mirrored. So it's actually going to print on the shirt looking this way, but in order to do that, we need to print it out this way, reverse. So we're actually just going to go ahead and print it out this way, and then in the next step you'll see that we're going to, just with the scissors, a razor blade is what I use to cut is pretty tightly around all of the edges. And that way we'll get a nice transfer onto the shirt. We actually printed it out and mirrored it, which is important. This is done on the Nina Jet Pro soft stretch paper, which is only used on the white garments. And so and actually another very important step is to actually cut all the way around as close as you can without getting too close to the design. That just keeps it from any of the excess stuff showing up. Sometimes you can see it or feel it a little bit more. So I like to trim all the way around the edges. So we've got the design here. We've got our T-square here to tell us where to line up. I love this tool. It helps out tons to be able to know exactly where the center is and where you want to apply something. So I've got everything lined up here, and what I'll actually do is put this on the shirt lined up where I want it to be in the center here, kind of down just a little bit. And I've already pre-pressed the shirt for 5 seconds in the heat press. It's important to do that to get rid of any moisture that you might have and just to make it flat so there's no wrinkles. So we've done that. So now everything looks good. We're just going to take this over to the heat press, and we're going to put it in the heat press for the right time. Alright, so we've got our design here on the heat press, and it's ready to go. We've got it's at the right time, 375 degrees for 30 seconds is what we're going to do. And all we're going to do is lay our parchment paper over the top of this. Alright, so there we go. It's all done. We're going to take it over to the table and pull the transfer off of it. We take it off, and this is how it looks. That's the final print. Alright, hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. This has been Jason with Inkspin Designs. Hit us up on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, send us your ideas of tutorials you want us to do.